Hey, brothers and sisters, welcome to another Toasty podcast. This time we have a very special guest. He is a public relations consultant, he is a coach, and he's a father, and he is
A speaker.
a speaker, and he's also a co-founder of the Hadia Media.
Yes. Who am I? I don't even know sometimes.
Sometimes, it's a blessing. A brother who I know, his struggles, where he came from, someone people can relate to, and someone who can inspire a lot of people.
Hey, man. I don't know about that yet.
That inspiration, you give others hope that there's always a hope.
I appreciate that, man.
That there's always a hope for everyone.
Absolutely.
That you don't have to go down and beat yourself up for not making it.
Right.
That a failure is only just the beginning. That getting rejected is only another door is opening up for you.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
That is one of the things that the youth don't understand when you are young and you have others just telling you who you are.
Right. Well, speaking about who I am, let me tell these guys real quick. So, my name is Zakariya Abukar. I grew up out here in Eden Prairie, Hopkins, Rochester before I came to the Twin Cities. Right. That was a good opportunity, actually, man. Being out in Eden Prairie.
Oh,
I didn't realize
it's a privilege.
Right.
It's a huge privilege.
But you don't realize that, when you're growing
when
up.
you are in there,
Right.
you don't see the opportunities you have.
Right.
You don't understand how much you can utilize that time.
Right.
So because
or even the resources, honestly.
Oh my
man.
God.
Because it's how often is it let's look at some of our friends, that grew up in inner city schools,
Yeah.
So a lot of them don't necessarily have the opportunities that we had, right? So it's you have this big school that is basically a college.
That's what I was just about to say. Literally, you took out my mind. They train you like you are a college student. The resources they have, they take the time. I had the opportunity to be involved in few clubs, the Rotary Club.
Oh, okay.
I was part of that, and
what did that do for you, by the way, when you were in that?
That did a lot for me, to be honest. Being there and not having someone who has been in high school, being the first one in the family that I'm with to be in high school, who didn't have anyone to advise, who didn't know how to ask for advice, very quiet, just doing my own thing. And then the advisors, the Rotary Club, that was the best thing ever.
Right.
Because it also got me ready, some classes I took, business management, all those, teach you, they used to require you to go and actually hang out with professionals.
Right.
They teach you the etiquettes of, sitting down on a table even, starting from there.
Right.
Which we take it lightly, how we behave.
Well, when you go through that initially, though, I think you're doing it because it's a class or it's some type of club. But then it's when you look back at it, you see all the skills that you've been able to gain from it. The people that you've been able to meet that time.
And I wish I took more advantage of it. When I think about it, I'm like, man, that and that and that. I'm like, there's no reason. I think there's a reason that I didn't get to experience that.
Yeah.
So that I can actually experience the hardships.
Right.
So I can know how to grow myself up from that.
Exactly.
Pick myself up, learn from my mistakes.
Exactly.
While I still have the time.
Yeah, and I mean, my youth was crazy. So this is why we're all here, guys.
Yeah.
Just have this discussion and just enjoy each other's company. But at the same time, we would like for you all to gain value from this conversation. But when I was young, man, I focused on sports, girls, and what else? Not going to class.
Oh man.
You know, like I don't recommend you do it, but you know,
learn from this.
Yeah, you know, that was my experience, and you know, looking back at it, I have no regrets. You know, because I met so many beautiful people, and you know, I was able to really get to know myself. I went through a lot of the same things that like young people still go through, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like your parents, you know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Mela.
That's true.
You know, Mela. You know. So.
Who you hanging out with?
You know. But for me, I thought back in the day, it's like, oh, get off my back, parents. You know what? But I think now that like I'm a parent myself, you know, I look at it like, wow, you know, my parents are just looking out for me.
You understand, like, you know, how much protection you had around you, like, you know, people saving you from yourself.
Oh, dude, big time. I needed that.
Like, if you didn't have that, like, how many people, like, did not have that opportunity?
Right.
People who can stop them from what they're doing.
Big time.
You know, who...
Not even stop them. Not even stop them. I think, you know, maybe just give you a different vantage point. Yeah. You know? I think just as human beings, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay with somebody telling you you can't do something and then like you're just not gonna do it? No, you're gonna do it.
Even if I say I'm not okay, I say okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, why? I want to go figure out why this person is telling me not to do that.
Exactly.
It's just human behavior, man.
Exactly. You know, and I think as a kid, I really gravitated toward like the adults that would be like, yo, let me tell you a story real quick.
Yeah.
You know, this is what happened. This is what happened to my friend. These situations are real. And then let me relate that to your situation right now, you know? So it's not like really advice giving or anything like that. It's more of like...
be an example.
Yeah, you know, just give you an example of like what it is you're doing and then the different outcomes.
Yeah, like since you've been through that, you don't like... It is even nice of you. People don't understand. Like, you know, it's actually nice for someone else to tell you not to do something that they already did.
Oh, yeah.
They already tell you the experience.
Yeah.
Like,
but you don't look at it like that, though.
You're like, man, you already experienced it. You just don't want me to have fun.
Well, I mean, that's like the humble people in the world. I was not humble growing up. I was like probably one of the most arrogant young men that you will ever meet in your life. Yeah. But, you know, I think that I needed to figure out life for myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like alhamdulillah, like, you know, my parents, you know, great people, you know, wonderful humans. But I needed to go make my own mistakes. But that's not necessarily to say like, you know, you need to always make your own mistakes.
No.
There's definitely value in mentorship. Yeah. There's definitely value in maybe friends of yours even, you know, that have experienced certain things in life. And then you just hear them out. What's your story?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit.
Tell me where you been, where you at.
Yeah, you know, where you been, where you at, you know? So for me, I think that like a lot of kids, they just need somebody to just listen to them and not necessarily give them advice.
No.
Because who likes advice?
No one.
When somebody tells you, hey, do this, hey, do that. No one likes that.
I think people just need someone like a guide. Is a guide.
Yeah.
If they're not gonna listen what you say, but what you do, they will do. Like they might get interested into that. Like they might be like, oh, I like what he's doing.
Exactly.
I might try to do that.
Right.
But if you tell me something, I'm like, well, I don't see you doing. Exactly. That's the thing. Don't be a hypocrite, and also like be an example. Like just show. Don't tell. Show. Action.
Exactly. And let me give you a story to illustrate that.
All right.
So, you know, I had amazing teachers, you know, great coaches, you know, loving friends and amazing family. You know, alhamdulillah, I got lucky.
Yeah.
You know? But I did a lot of dumb things. So high school, for instance, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to fit in. You know, so I wanted to be around so many people, you know, that were just different than me. And I think we were talking about that in the car earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I felt ostracized a little bit because I wanted to be so different. You know, I wanted to belong, you know, to so many different places. And I just didn't know where I fit in.
You didn't know what you wanted to do. You were like
Yeah.
one leg here, one leg over here.
Yeah.
Like, both sides, like, just trying to see.
There's good and bad in that too. You know what I mean? So like the good part of it was that like I was around other people that I genuinely liked to be around because they liked a lot of the things I liked, and we related. There was some type of like commonality, and I think a lot of kids, during the ages of like 13, 14 up until like 21 maybe, you're always looking for somewhere to belong.
Oh, that's the biggest trap.
Yeah, and for me, I wanted to belong everywhere, bro. I was like, I like you people. Let me see if I fit in right here. You guys look interesting. Let me get in there. I think for me, I was mostly accepted because I was around like the creative arts. And sports, so like television production, video production, just other creative outlets. I was in choir.
Oh,
I sang. You know what I mean? But it's like it was all stuff to keep me out of trouble. You know what I mean?
Just kind of keep yourself busy.
Yeah, God rest their soul. Some of my friends, we came to America from Somalia to Kenya to then like Rochester, Minnesota. So in Rochester, like, they brought all the Cahotis together,
Oh, man.
So in this place called I think Meadowpark, Meadowbrook. I don't know. My Rochester family, y'all let me know about that. But anyway, a lot of these kids, because they were definitely looking for places to belong, my parents, they got us out of their 7th grade. So I kept in touch with some of them, and unfortunately some of them have passed away from brutal murder, and some of them, drug overdoses, and some of them, and some of them, unfortunately, still. I love them very much, my dear friends. I'm never gonna look at them any type of way, and I think that's something huge in our community, bro. We can't toss people aside. We treat them like trash. Yeah. We treat people like trash. You know what I mean?
We neglect all those. Anyone who does anything, we judge. That person just feels isolated just by themselves.
Where's that person supposed to go?
Yeah, like. The community was supposed to help. Yeah. They're just sitting around watching this person burn themselves out. No support.
Right.
No family support, no friend support. Like, the friends are the ones who got them in that situation.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, a lot of these kids are suffering in silence, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's the biggest, the problem we have as a Somali.
Right.
Is not talk about the problems.
Right.
We don't like to admit that there is something wrong.
Right.
We're like, that's egg.
No. I think we do. We do like to admit that there's something wrong, but now with our kids,
no, we talk about other kids.
Yeah. But whole time
they don't know their own kid what they're doing.
Whole time your child is under your roof, abusing drugs. And I mean, hey, if that's your choice, like, alhamdulillah, go do your thing, but like seek out help, Yeah. But it's like we look at that and we don't necessarily see the problem in that, because our kid is our kid.
Yeah, we only talk about problem and like how to solve a problem when it's affecting us. That's the problem.
Right. But you can't wait for the problem to come to your door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you are watching others happen. You are watching happen to your neighbors.
Right.
And you are letting that happen and not caring. So why would others care when they come to you? Like,
exactly. And what I love about this generation of kids now is that they're very kind, they're like they think with their hearts, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
And they're just so beautiful. They're such beautiful souls, but they're so grossly misunderstood.
Because people don't listen to them. They don't listen to where they are coming from.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's just how we are built. Like, I think this community, we don't know what our kids are up to.
Right.
When they do something, we don't ask them why they did it. We just punish them for doing it.
Right. And I mean, not even punish them too. There's a huge double standard, by the way. I like controversy, so. But then asterisk, asterisk, shock warning. What is that? Trigger. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
There's a gross there's a gross difference between the sexes, right?
Oh yeah.
We look at our sons and our daughters differently. Right, I have a daughter,
Yeah.
so I'm like,
yeah, I know, man.
I'm gonna hold you accountable, like I hold the boy accountable, you know. But unfortunately, what happens is like the young men, you know, their suffering in silence is a little different because it's like physically you can see it, you know. They get a little reckless. I was pretty reckless growing up. But then what about the young women? You know, what about the young women that are suffering in silence because they're, you know, so misunderstood by their families and they're held to a higher standard, you know, than some of these other like their counterparts, their male counterparts. I don't think that's fair.
And that created a problem. We neglect all those, anyone who does anything, we judge. That person just feels isolated just by themselves.
Where's that person supposed to go?
Yeah, like the community was supposed to help.
Yeah.
They're just sitting around watching this person burn themselves out. No support.
Right.
No family support, no friend support. Like, you know, the friends are the ones who got them in that situation.
Yeah. So some of these people, they allowed me to really understand, you know, the value that I had as a person. Nobody ever. Shout out to my parents. I love them. They're awesome people. Don't hate on my parents, all right? But that was the first time that I had people in my life that were like, yo, what do you want to do? You know? Truly, what do you want to do? And how can we help you? You know? So hook me up with books, you know? Connect me with, you know, workshops and seminars. You know, I was traveling all over the country throughout my 20s, you know? I had my job, and then I had my side hustle, you know? Yeah. I had a side hustle before side hustle was popular, okay? So, yeah, so anyway, you know, all that being said, I needed an environment, number one. I needed people in that environment that gave a crap about me, right? And number three, I needed to develop a unique skill set that other people didn't necessarily have, nor did they see the value in it. Right? So I kept putting in work, did my thing in corporate America, alhamdulillah, on the side, you know, my side hustle, learning about the online world, you know? So 2018, I got fired from my job. So I don't know what the heck happened, bro, but like, I was just like, screw it.
You're done.
I'm done. I'm done putting my fate in the hands of somebody else. I'm going to figure out a way to make money from my knowledge base, my experiences.
Your work.
Yep. You know, the work ethic. I have crazy work ethic, bro. And I had resources already available. I just needed to know who I serve, how I serve them, and what does that look like in the next 5 years.
MashaAllah.
In 2018. So now, so you see,
look at you where you are now.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, hey, you know, my goal is multi-millionaire, bro. So like,
we can see the grind you're putting in, you know, all that work.
I appreciate it, man. And it's not about the money too, people. Oh, no. If you think I'm some like green, you know, like that's not the case, okay? For me, it's like the money is like the value that you've added to other people, right? What you've done for other people, the money is a direct return of what you've actually done for other people.
Well, you're going to do more with
lives.
Right. It's just coming back for more to do more.
But I mean, that's not taught in our community, though.
They're not.
Right? It's like, or doctor, nurse, you know, engineer, you know, Africa you know. So, you know, for me, it was kind of ridiculous because I got mentored by like rich Adan people. You know what I mean?
The thing about the difference. When you are taught the people who know the system.
Wallah or billah ta'ala, these people are geniuses, bro. Ooh. They created the system, number one, okay? Number two, they know how to finesse the system, right? And number three, they will not share with you.
Of course not. Who shares the goods? Everyone is going to be doing it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why would I want competition? You know? It benefits me that you're ignorant.
Oh man!
Because that's the ideology.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? So these are little things that we can do to reshape our community, right? And it's gonna be through the kids, bro.
The kids are the future. The youth are the future. They're the ones who
They say that all
they
the
say
time,
that, but
bro.
like no, they don't give them a chance. Who gives them chance?
Not a damn soul until they're dead.
Yeah, like no.
I'm just keeping it real, dude.
Yeah, that's
like
that's what I'm saying. No, like that's the truth though. Like they don't get the opportunity. They don't get the training. They don't see any resources given them to do what they like.
Right.
Like we can have a lot of youth doing something in their garage, like just trying to do what they are like like what they like.
I just don't think it's fair to expect of them to live the lives that their parents lived.
Yeah,
like
it's two different places.
they're literally a whole other person. Number one, number two, they're a whole other culture. They're Somali, they're American,
yeah,
but they're Somali American third culture being. I'm gonna say that one more time. I think I might have lost some people. Okay, I think I might have lost some people. Okay, so third culture children are, let's say, we were born in Somalia, right?
yeah.
We come here. Somalia is home. This is also home.
Yeah.
Now, you have to blend the two cultures. Two, right? One, two. The third culture is what is created
From that mix.
When those two cultures are blended, right? There's actually studies now going on. It wasn't like 2 years ago. Remember that girl I introduced you to, Akbad?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Shout out to Akbad. Like,
shout out to Akbad. She's doing research on that. Right? There's literally no data. Oh. There's literally no data on that third culture demographic, right? So the parents don't understand these kids. These kids don't understand themselves. The whole identity crisis thing, it's from that. It's not understanding that you're actually a third culture kid, right?
Yeah.
And then society at large has no idea how to deal with this human being.
Because it was something that the system created, and the system was not ready for it.
No,
I'm saying it is like these people they knew they were coming.
Yeah.
They did not know what is gonna come out from all these cultures colliding.
Right.
And it's not just Somali culture.
Yeah.
There are people coming from all these different countries.
I think America is a great place to live. Alhamdulillah.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
Living anywhere else.
Yeah. This is, in my opinion, some people might fight me for this. In my opinion, I think this is the greatest country, period. Right? How do you have all of these cultures that come together in a place and are expected to live in peace? I want to talk about collaborating now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So we talked about leadership.
Yeah.
We talked about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is valuable. Let me just, exclamation mark real quick. Entrepreneurship is valuable, guys. Moving forward, you're going to need to know how to leverage your knowledge base that you got from college. Yeah. Like, you didn't get a degree just to go work a job.
No.
Go work your job.
Yeah.
5 years tops. 5 years tops, go work your job within whatever industries that you want. What some of my mentors taught me was this. We had a plan to get me knowledge on these different industries I wanted to be in. Okay. So I wanted to be in technology, 100%. My first corporate experience was Best Buy corporate. I was doing like some project fulfillment for like, I don't know, $16 an hour or whatever. But for me, it wasn't about the money. Right?
The experience.
I wanted the experience. I wanted to work for a major organization, but I didn't go there through a traditional channel though. I went through workforce agency.
Oh.
Right? Okay. So my mentors, they said, read these books, go to these workshops, go to these seminars, here's these courses that you can take, and now we want you to go apply that to the corporate world.
Man, that mentorship is great, man.
Right?
That's what we need. That's the first. That's what I was taught, like in high school, like all that. Because like they gave me a mentor, like in the
the Rotary Club.
Rotary Club. Yeah, like we had a mentors. Each mentors, we would sit down, go to business meetings. Like so, I like that mentorship. Like how they gave you all those advices.
Right.
That's what we need.
I didn't know any of these people though.
That's what I'm saying. Like. You get connected with someone that you have no idea who they are. We want to learn. Like, we are not here teaching anyone and not telling anyone what to do.
Right.
We want these kids to come on, teach us, do their research, give us teach us something new.
Right.
Let's benefit each other.
Right. And I think that's the big part in collaboration. Before we jump off here, that's the big part in collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily looking at other people as competition, but rather a potential contributory figure in like your ultimate goal, right?
Yep.
How does everybody fit in, right?
Yeah.
Now, once you start to think like that, you're what's called a broker. You know how much brokers make on a very like small scale doing very minimal work? About 80 grand a year.
Wow.
Brokering deals, right? But a lot of people don't understand how to do that because they're thinking so much of just themselves, right? So when you think only of yourself, your world is probably smaller than this.
Yeah, like
I can't go for it's like,
That's why collaboration is important. Your strength can help someone else's weakness.
Right.
Like help each other out. You can put together.
Right.
You have something that I need. I have something you need. Let's work together.
Right.
Let's bring something beneficial from that.
Right. There's some way that we can all benefit the world, but we have to start with ourselves first, right? Number one, if you can focus on loving yourself more, healing from all of your trauma. By the way, our community needs to get it together with mental health.
Yes,
Seriously. There's a lot of mental health professionals all over the place. There's professionals that can help in any way possible, but we need to learn how to actually interact with each other in a professional way. We need to interact with each other in a loving way. We need to see the big picture, right?
Yes.
And how each one of us can fit in and actually help each other long term. But I appreciate you having me on. If you guys want, definitely look me up on social media.
Zakariya Abukar.
Yep. So Zakariya Abukar on LinkedIn, Facebook, Zak Abukar. Dreams Too Big is my handle for most social media platforms.
Yes, and check out Hadia Media.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my media company. See, I don't know, but yeah, we're helping out a lot of small businesses. Just go digital. I think a lot of us just need to understand that once we start to do business differently, right, we'll be successful. Like the storefront, the Shah store right next to the Shah store and all that, it's gonna end, guys. We have to benefit each other. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you for having me on, bro.
I appreciate it, man. All the time. You are always welcome here, man.
Man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be like
we could have a lot of this, more of this, like as we go on. Just talk like progress.
And inshallah, shout out to your team too, man. Y'all are some gangsters setting all this stuff up, bro. Like by yourselves, as young people. This is what we're supposed to do, right? Yeah. So you guys collaborated, you used entrepreneurship, and you're all leaders. So alhamdulillah, I appreciate y'all.